Blessings family and welcome to another video. In this one you'll be hearing SeanPaul and Stonebwoy, our next general, a reason, right? This is stemmed from the fact where Stonebwoy, who is an African reggae dancehall artist, made a comment on an interview which was taken the wrong way. Basically, that's what it was indicated, right? So anyway, Stonebwoy and SeanPaul was on Stonebwoy Live where he was clarifying some of the misconceptions. Yeah, man, it was a really interesting reasoning. Someone want to know watch a video. Let me know what you guys think. Drop a like, drop a share, and drop some flame in the chat too, man. Yeah, man, make a comment. Let me know your view. If you agree with SeanPaul and you understand what Stonebwoy is trying to clarify. So go and watch a video. Remember, if you're new and you're not subscribed yet, wait pan. Hit the subscribe button now.
Straight up, man. Straight up. Big up all African. Big up Ghana. Straight through the whole of Africa, man. So yeah, my brother. Good to see you, man.
Yes.
Yeah. We do want to show it to you today. Cause I just want to say, first of all, I've said things on Instagram before or in the media that they take something and they try to catch people with it. We understand this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so when I heard a statement that you made, my brother, because you have always showed respect to me and to the whole music. When I heard that, I was like, I have to reach out to just connect to see what's up. You know what I mean? Go do a live and just deal with it.
Right.
So I want to say, first of all, that I respect you, respect your music, love what you do. There's a lot of people that do reggae and dancehall. They don't give us the accolades. They don't come to Jamaica to even seek out certain production or do songs with other artists, but you do. And I respect that about you, my bro.
For sure.
Thank you for being on Live and Living. We was up for the Grammy, bro.
Bang.
Yeah. Big bad tune with a great
tune.
message.
Big tune.
Yeah, Guns of Never Run. So I thank you for that, bro.
And thanks for having me on it. I had to force my way in there. I'm like, no way. That sound, no stop. I have to be on it.
Stonebwoy come to the studio and say, yo, I have to be on this album. And I said, yo, but it's finished. And he said, no. He ain't finished until I'm on it. You know what I mean?
For real.
So I love that. I love the energy and thing. What I want to say to you, bro, is that when we do music in Jamaica, it was that we seek out different African drums and sounds and played it in our own way as reggae music, and it developed into dancehall music, which a lot of us in my generation we take what can I say? We take the both of those, reggae and dancehall, and make something. We do the music through that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Big up Rasa Jai, just seeing what's up, Sharon Carpenter, enough love. Raj P, big up. I'm bigging up a couple friends of mine, yeah.
Which is right.
Yeah. So we made this music, and then when it become popular, a lot of us will say, yo, it is definitely us that developed this, and I understand that some people might find it offensive if anyone says other than that. Now, what you said the other day was that reggae music, it's African, and honestly, they take the soundbite or they take that and say that you said it without people reading the rest of the comments or the rest of the thing. It make people feel a little way.
Yeah.
But I'm here to just set the record straight. What you said is nothing wrong to me in terms of, yes, it is African because we listen to Slide On Bar who is someone who developed reggae and dancehall to the point where it is at this point. And Steely and Cleavy, if you listen to those producers, they definitely use African sounds and drums.
Yeah.
And I heard you say something on the Fix interview that you said, you know, when we first hear that, we hear ourselves, we connect, we hear the connection. And for me, when Jamaican first started to make this type of music, especially dancehall, was a generational music that spoke to my generation a lot. I felt it was the most Afrocentric sounding thing in the Western Hemisphere. And I felt proud of that. And just to maybe our people feel lost, or we feel like out in the open, that we connect to the music through using these sounds. So when you say that, I don't think you're wrong. I think people take it out of context.
Exactly.
We as Jamaican are trying to connect back to our roots when we make this music. And so I'm not going to let the media cut that root, bro. I'm not going to let the media say to you that or use a soundbite from one thing you said in the whole conversation to make you feel or make anybody feel that you are trying to not say that it was birthed in Jamaica. But it is African sounds, and we have a symbiotic relationship. I've always said this. You know, African sounds is what we use to build our music. And then now we have come to influence a generation of people in the world, and especially also in Africa, that has utilized the way we play, especially a man like yourself. So I know you're not saying nothing wrong when you said it, bro.
For sure.
We're just here to
and I have a few questions as well that I know only you can answer.
Cool.
Because definitely you've been a force in the dancehall reggae industry. Like I want to say, I could have said it in the reggae and dancehall, but I want to say in the dancehall reggae industry, so much so that, you know, the whole world looks up to you. I have learned your songs to be here today. That well, I broke it down now, right, and learn that it's not a joke. You know what I mean? So
appreciate
when I get, you know, when the news twisted that way, and I get a lot of bashment from Jamaica, basically. I don't really feel too hurt because I feel like they're just misinterpreting the stuff. And luckily enough, I've had a lot of interviews in Jamaica, and I said this because that they had the opportunity to see, so they didn't really get angry in that. But I have a question. There's a way I feel. Like, is it really like I feel that way? Like probably Jamaicans or Jamaican artists really don't feel like they really have anything to do with Africa, like, or probably Ghana, where I'm from. You know, most often.
You know what? I think that that's maybe a feeling that maybe out there from the Western side of thinking. You know, there's times I went to Africa and I was with, I will say, an R&B artist from the States, and we toured some places and got to see some very historic things and learned a lot. And when me and him, I went back to the States and I saw him on a radio station. And the first thing I said was, last time I saw he was in Africa, he was learning a lot of this and that. And he shied away from the question immediately. Because in Western society, it's kind of seen as that's far away from us. That's in the past. I don't know why. There's a lot of people who feel shy from that. Now that Africa is getting more glory music-wise, there's people
with the Afrobeats.
With Afrobeats. There's people gravitating back towards that vibe, just like you said on the phone call with me yesterday. And it's no fault of the people themselves. It's the system that we are all in. You know what I mean? I myself was proud to connect back to Africa and see places in Ghana, in South Africa, in Kenya, all over. I've been to 21 African countries. And, you know, the vibe has always been something for me to marvel at and see the wealth. I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about people.
Resources.
I'm talking about just the resources of and the beauty of the place. It reminds me a lot of where I come from here in this small dot called Jamaica. Now, we are proud of what we have brought to the world. We have influenced a lot of people in the world to a certain style of music. And so when you see some people push back and don't want to acknowledge the Afrocentric thing, I think it's just a part of the system,
of the whole
or
thing. And
yeah,
guess what? Another talk is like, sorry to even interrupt, like
yeah,
it feels like Afrobeat now is fighting reggae dancehall music to get a spot.
yeah.
The conversations sound like that. I mean, like, no, that's not the
It,
vibes. I think
nah,
this is now is actually the time for us to actually bring this together. And I feel very proud because the whole of my life, my music has actually represented for especially Jamaica. Remember, say, you know, sometimes I do even probably get some type of bashment, you know, from maybe 1 and 2 to feel like, yo, you're not a Jamaican. You know what
yeah.
I mean? Why you're trying to carry dancehall and reggae on top of your head like that. But I know it's the measure. And to see Afrobeats rise up to this level, I
I'm
don't think a
proud of you,
conversation
bro.
should be like a competition, but I think that's
No,
what's happening.
yeah. Some people feel that way. Some people feel like, oh, you know, people just go and take it away from us, like, you know, how we felt the same way in reggaeton, where it's like, but that comes from what dancehall was doing. You know, when you think of all the music that has birthed in the Western Hemisphere, like jazz, like you know, reggae and dancehall, like zouk music, like music from Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
All of it is Afrocentric. And I hear what's his name? Fat Joe say it the other day. It's
Yeah.
all come
Yes.
from Africa. And we know this, you know.
From
So
Brazil to Cuba, Dominica,
yeah, all
Santo
of it is
Domingo, all them places there. But
Afrocentric. And so what we must not get construed or mixed up is that if jazz didn't develop in the New Orleans area, it might not be jazz. It may be something different. So
exactly.
we have to give respect
Credit
to
to
New
the
Orleans
yeah,
for that.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? I,
A
I,
same
I,
way if dancehall and reggae didn't develop in Jamaica, it wouldn't probably sound like that.
yeah. I just see
No?
somebody right. Not all Jamaicans deny it, and that's true. So you may feel that way. Like sometimes I may feel like, you know, I will walk into a building and I might not feel the respect, but it's maybe that people is kind of um afraid of
Mm-hmm.
your presence, of your power as an artist, or the genre that you carry, or the genre
Yeah.
that you work with. So it's just all in your head. So when you say you feel that some Jamaicans don't accept the Afro the the sound that Africa has given to us, that may be true for some, but not all. You know what I
Not
mean?
all. And do
A
they
lot of
feel
us
like
are proud of that root, man.
which
And
is
and
right?
and we're just trying to connect back to it by making
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. And I
You know?
want to ask another thing. I think I want to really get it from your perspective. I know you feel different about it because you've always supported every African artist, and myself, I see you like a big brother and a mentor. Like, how do Jamaicans see like reggae and dancehall artists from Africa? Like, do they see them like, yo, what are you trying to do? Like, you
Well,
know?
from beginning, from even bands in the States or Europe that will do ska or reggae music. Sometimes I feel like, yo, they're just trying to they're taking what we give, and they're not giving no accolades. That's the main problem with me. Even with the pop people, when I complain, you've heard me complain about some of the pop people. It's like, you know, I just don't hear them saying that this music influenced me to make this, and this is my dance hall single, or this is my reggae single. I hear you saying it. I hear you from Germany, gentleman. I hear him say it, and he comes to
Mm-hmm.
Jamaica to work with
Mm-hmm.
our producers to
Yeah,
get
me and him
a
just drop a single from what year? Like just
yeah,
last month, we drop a
yeah,
single, me and Gentleman.
exactly. But
But
he come and work in the vibe. But you know, that to me is a little bit of ignorance. It's like, yo, the music is getting bigger. When I look at hip hop music, or even, as I said, jazz, when it explodes from out of New Orleans and start to be produced everywhere else in the world, you can't look at a man in France and say that he's not feeling that spirit. And if
exactly.
you want to make jazz, you know what I mean? Um, so with that being said, bro, it's all about people's perception and feelings. And for
Exactly.
me, my
Exactly.
perception, I know I pay attention to the root. Big up Selector Princess. Big up
Yeah, man.
yourself,
Big
bro.
up to Jamil same way. Yeah,
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 Jamil, big up, big up, big up,
yeah. I
bro.
mean, yeah. And guess what?
So,
The thing is, I get the explanation from you and I appreciate the reasoning, but I'm like, in a simple answer, like, how do Jamaicans see other African artists who call themselves like we do reggae and dancehall music like myself. How do they pre that? Like generally, how would they?
I think most like myself are proud that we have connected back to the root, bro. You know what I mean? Well, somebody right here, so Jamaicans don't accept, or I say most Jamaicans would never be outside Jamaica, don't accept nothing unless it's from Jamaica, unless it's from the same
Jamaican culture, like.
Yeah, I think I
a Jamaican artist. I'm just saying Jamaica because I don't want to say Caribbean because I just want to narrow it down. Would be proud and say, yo, bro, you see my name, name Retete. I am an Afrobeat artist, Afrobeat reggae artist, and he's Jamaican. Is there gonna be something like that? Well, we can't hear you now, Papa. Check the settings on. I can't hear your voice.
Sorry, bro. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
It's on now.
Yeah. I think that most people. Sorry. The question was, if there was somebody who's gonna be saying I'm an Afrobeat reggae artist or Afrobeat dancer.
Just like you see Africans in Africa, you know, can like myself. You know what I mean? I'm proud of that. Yeah. I'm a reggae dancer, Afrobeat artist. And me now coin up a word and say Afro dancer, which means the Afro and dancer. Me coin that up.
Well, I feel proud of that because that means my music has become, or our music has become huge. It has become bigger.
Yeah. So I'm like, are we gonna have a Jamaican artist where I gonna come out and say, yeah, well, I'm an Afrobeat dancehall artist, like I'm an Afrobeat dancehall artist.
We may, bro, because it's the same way how you have youngsters who say they are trap dancehall artists right now or something like that. You may, and it's just when you look at hip hop, as I said, it broke from the Bronx, then it started in Queens, Brooklyn, then it started to go to South Miami and West Coast, and
big up Shawnee B,
big up,
yeah. I'm going to try to add him up, because that man they know enough things where
yeah, bro, and the conversation is for me right now that no matter what anybody out there believes, I am not gonna let the media
separate the thing.
Me and you, we have connected as brothers from a far distance.
Yes,
we connected through music, and that's what music is for. Oh, Matali, big up yourself. So I am not gonna let the media make me have an enemy of my brother. No matter what was said out of context. I've said something sometimes where people have to check me.
Big up, Shawnee.
Shawnee B. Big up, bro.
Sleep where there?
Brother, I had my birthday party last night.
Yeah.
I've literally just got home to my yard, fam. I'm sitting in my car. And I heard the reasoning. I had to check into the reasoning. It's a real serious reasoning. We love the reasoning. And I heard the problems where you're getting there in a Stone Boy.
Why? Me say them a roast me up and down, boy. Boy, cut off my lock. I want chop off my neck. They say, rah. And that's what me mean, you know.
Can I say something on your behalf?
Yeah, bro.
All right.
People, when I was in Ghana for the clash between Stoneboy and Shatta Wale.
Hold on, one sec. I just want Stoneboy tell the people what I called him and said to him.
Yes.
I said to you, bro. I said to you, remember, no matter what happened on that stage tomorrow before this clash, I said, that is your brother. Shatta Wale is your brother in the music.
For real.
Have respect for that. See? And we hung up with a good feeling. You know what I mean?
Right.
Sorry, Shawnee. Continue, bro.
Well, let me drop some ice on that day. You see, like, SeanPaul is a father to the thing, you know, and a big brother to me, 100. Him call me on the phone and say, I ain't make me win that clash, you know. Because when Sean call you win that. Yeah. So you make me murder that brother there. You know what I'm telling you? All right.
Blood splash everything.
I want love. Remember, say me and Shatta, yo, we are represent for the thing, you know. Good. I go on like it's the two we are building down in Africa, you know. So, no, Shawnee, you know that.
And you know what? And this is what I wanted to say. When I was in Ghana, number one, The love that Ghanaians have for Jamaicans is phenomenal.
Crazy.
Even as an English-born heritage Jamaican link, the love that I got, they were just like, talk with your patwa, this, that, the other. From the ears of your Jamaican, the love that you're going to get. And I was around heavyweight people. Like, I'm not even saying this to add source. I was around presidential families,
yeah,
fam.
Well, let me shout it. Big up the God. I him name the God, you know. Even know
The
it,
God,
you know.
when
you say
God,
it's him.
The
right.
Big up yourself for making
So,
that happen.
When I was there and I went to this home and I met Stone and I met Shatawale, the love and the respect that they gave me for what I do for the music, I ain't even gonna tell no lie. Shatta was like bowing to me like that. And this was the week that he had just released the song with Beyonce. So I know the respect that these guys have for the music that comes from Jamaica and the respect and love that they've got for Jamaica. Stonebwoy made sure the clash was Saturday night. Sunday, me and Stone, I was at Stonebwoy's yard doing an interview, and Stonebwoy wanted to be on my platform. He wanted to be part of the freestyle. The same way you summons me the other day, Sean. And I said, Sean, we're not getting a freestyle. Stonebwoy summoned me in the same manner. As a matter of fact, all of the African artists, it was me one down in Ghana, you know, brother, with my 2 cameras and my little recorder. And I recorded about 10 artists out there doing freestyles and everything. So
Really?
the love, maybe it was just misinterpreted what was said from you, Stonebwoy.
No, it is me, no.
And you know what it is? And I probably know, I know.
Yo.
Yeah, the man freeze up. Cause I remember saying him is in England, you know, it's cold down there. The man freeze up.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm saying the way that Africa.
England, you're there.
Wait. The way.
Yo, what going on in England with the Wi-Fi there, brother?
Yo. You don't know.
Yo, what yo, Kenya. I mean, Kenya right now. Kenya and Jamaican internet stronger than England. Are you mean?
UK, what you say?
Yeah, UK's under pressure. You see the porn I drop.
You see it,
But yeah, the love. I know the love. Like, the Africa needed the music of Jamaica. It used the music of Jamaica for the revolutions that was happening there. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's why I know that Stone, that's where you was coming from, my brother. I know that. You get what I'm saying?
That's what it is.
Remember, said Jamaica was fighting against apartheid as one of the only music farms that did that in the early 80s. Seen? Remember our artists that were saying, yo, that is wickedness. If you know, still go on with that, that is wickedness. So we've been supporting for Africa. So there must be kids that grew up like Stonebwoy that say, yo, I love that. You know what I'm saying?
So, what I really wanted to even add on to that is that why would Jamaica feel the need for the concern about anything going on in Africa? Why? Is a question.
Because that is the root.
Exactly.
And we come to a point where in the Caribbean, where we are trying to strive away from that totally. And man like Peter Tosh and Bob Marley fight the fight, Black Uhuru and Third World and all these bands, to make sure their voice, our black people voice, is heard. So there must be people in Africa that look to that and say, wow, big up Jazz.
But Sean, you know what, Sean, the funny thing is, you know, when them songs there was coming out, the UK was even in a different place. As a young man in the UK in the 70s and the 80s and coming through to the 90s, our relationship with Africa was different. You get what I'm saying? It was massively different. And there wasn't that much pride to know you come from Africa originally. We used to tease and torment African youth, them, you know? Real talk.
Which brings up what we was talking about just a little earlier. Like some Jamaicans feel that we ain't proud of that. That may be one or two, you understand, that don't understand the root. But
my pride for Africa came when I visited Kenya for the first time in around 2003, and then I realized to myself, Ross, what the West has been feeding into my head is pure foolishness, dog. And there's something there for me to be so proud of. I saw
Exactly.
more
As
progression,
an African with African
advancement,
roots.
and all these kind of things. When I went to Kenya for the first time, all we see of Africa as youths growing up was famine and flies around pick the eyes and belly swell
No,
up and these kind
Yeah,
of
no,
that's
no,
things. You get what I'm
no.
saying?
When
That's what
UK
that's
leaves up the
what
things there.
that's what we was fed as youths. You get what I'm saying to you? So you what would you aspire to
But
for that?
another
You get what I'm
question now.
saying?
Another one now. Guess what? Me feel like this is another thing. How comes you can't have a lot of African artists like in this era now, right? Trooping in Jamaica, doing a lot more shows. I'm specifying Jamaica. I know there's, you know, TNT, Trinidad, Texas, and all them islands there. Because you have enough yard man, we bring enough Jamaicans are Ghana, you know. Last year me bring Beanie Man. I've been always trying to make the dada come to and grace it, but just through the
Business
timing.
Signal was just in Malawi. Yeah, it's these
see,
things.
But
these
we
things happen
now
all the
get.
time.
Me know say we now get enough of that. Cause guess what? You know say single-handedly, me have a concert when me keep every year now, and 7 years now me I run it.
Yeah.
And be a yard people me bring whether you're big or you're small.
And Sean,
Make sure say you dip on it.
listen to our Stoneboy's talking. Stoneboy is talking like a fan, you know, people. You
Of
have to
course.
realize how the man are talking. All now, Stone ain't even thinking about the financial implications of bringing an artist and all that. You just want to know that connection is there. And that is because you talk of this as a fan, genuine from your heart, you know, my brother.
It's my duty to build that bridge. Because guess what? Yeah. After Lucky Dube now, after Alpha Blondie now, we feel like we must get a one youth with represent the thing all out. And I do it in a kind of way where bring value. So I always out of my pocket. Yeah. And make sure I say, yeah, Jamaican artists come to Ghana once every year for come greasy.
Big up for that, bro.
But we not get that. We not get that back, you know.
I think the same problem we're talking about where you just mentioned how the system, Shawnee B, you just mentioned it. The thinking at the time was people don't want to have nothing to do with that. See? It's a Western thinking. And what we were showed was starving children, and they never show us certain things. And if it wasn't for somebody like a man like Muta Baruka, who played music on his radio on his show that I never heard before, like from Mira Makiba, from Fela Kuti. You know, it wasn't something that was played every day, but it's something when I heard it, I said, yo, but I hear these things. It sounds like certain things, and it's the same connection.
Big up Red Rat, Foundation.
Big up Aisha, Barrett. Yeah, Foundation straight. But I think that was a problem. And as you're saying now, Africa has become more, brainwash programming, cool face. It's the same thing. I think Africa has become more prominent in the UK, and way before that, it has become in Jamaica. You know what I'm saying? So that was the problem.
Immigration, you know, Sean, allows that, because you see what we're seeing in UK right now is that there's a lot of first generation African youths from Nigeria, Ghana, Zimbabwe, all about. So you're hearing their parents talk to them in their mother tongue. Yeah. So you're hearing that through the music now in popular culture, where in the 90s, listen on me talk now. My mother talk like this in the yard, so that's why me talk like this. My son don't talk so linking to the Jamaica as such, because he's now second, third, fourth down the line, and that's where you've seen the music, especially in the UK, change as well, because we've taken the inspiration of our mother and father's countries and created new things. But now with the African youth, their thing is right from the source right now.
With all that being said, bro, I'm not gonna let the media take a soundbite and disrespect this connection that has been happening naturally.
Exactly.
For quite some time now, for quite some years now. I want to take a few minutes just for talk about the first time I went to Cameroon. I went to Cameroon and we was walking in the street and I see some youth playing this instrument, and I was like, bro, come here, play that, what is that? And I didn't remember the name, and when I first met Stoneboy, I said to him, say, yo, what is this thing they was doing? And he told me the name of it, and I actually went online and bought the instrument. Zine, me can't play it. But when I listen to these people play this in the street, you can hear hip hop, you can hear jazz, you can hear dancehall. Take a listen right now. We're going to look upon this. Yeah, we're going to look upon this where Stonebwoy show me set name. Zine? These are instruments. What they call it name? Cash.
Yeah, cash or cash. Anyhow you call it. Boy, it's a gun.
So when I hear this, bro, I hear all kind of different beat. Listen this. These kids was doing this in the street.
But you know, so me see a man online, a yard man with this online the other day.
I try learn, no?
I see Rubber Ranks post something like this where they put in page.
Bro, listen to the different type of beat. You can hear hip hop, you can hear certain vibe with jazz, you can hear dancehall. So when Stonebwoy said that is African, we understand what I mean by this. See? No, we're not gonna say that we didn't birth this music. That the sound that we hear this in Fela Kuti music in the background. And we said
in high life music too.
Yeah, and so we said we're gonna change this. Or we are gonna take some of this and make some of this into what we call reggae and dancehall right now. Zine? That is
exactly.
Look for the talent of the youth, you know, God know that.
You know, me know how to play it though. Me know how to play it though, you know.
Yo.
Me I teach you when we reach back in November. Me I teach you.
Me have it, but me can't do it good.
Yo, you have to make Suko or one of them play a rhythm with it, dog.
Yeah, but it's a long time I want to sample something like this, but tell the honest truth, I want people to learn how to play this. You know what I'm saying?
You know what that reminds me of? It reminds me of we make it clap.
See?
You know the claps?
I like a dancehall rhythms from Slide on Bar, from Steely and Clevie, from, you know, Computer Paul. All of the dancehall artists or producers have used these type of things. So when you see them thing, bro, and you hear the talk from Stonebwoy say it is original. It is the origin of what is in our DNA, bro.
Drums.
Yes.
You know
rhythm.
Yeah, rhythm. So all of those rhythms you hear that kid play a while ago, I could have take a snippet, just even at 4 bar or 3 bar, and make dancehall rhythms with it, make something to do with jazz with it. You understand? So for me, I'm not gonna let the media disrespect the connection that we have as somebody says speak English, I don't understand. You gotta catch up, bro.
but
yeah,
actually,
me never want to answer them, dog, because I'm the English one here. How do you want me to talk, mate? Like this?
Yo, all right, mate. We ain't gonna make the connection break.
Jazzwatt says he's been trying to use that for years.
Then it,
you know?
Yo, listen, Jazzwatt rhythm them like book. All them things they remind me of that, bro. Different type of syncopation, different type of grooves. And bro, we just learn that, or we hear that in music, and we say, all right, how can we innovate it back? And we develop something called reggae and dancehall, and that become popular. Now Afrobeat has expanded upon that. What I want to say to to the young generation of dancehall artists is that when you listen to Afrobeat, yeah, there may be clashing in it, but mostly it's about feeling a good feeling. And that is what I think we are missing now as dancehall. The good feelings that Afrobeat is bringing to us right now. So big up Afrobeat. Dancehall will stand firm because we're a music, I think, that has impacted the world in a different sense than reggae. Because reggae had impacted the world as well. But dancehall start genres such as reggaeton. Soca is now sounding a lot more dancehall. When you talk about how the youth, they must spit. You know, check out Bunji Garlin flow. Those things,
mad Bunji.
Soca never did sound like that long time ago. You understand? And
you know it's crazy, Sean. Soca is sounding more like dancehall. Dancehall is sounding more like hip hop.
Yeah.
Afrobeat sounds like the blurring of the lines, musical lines right now is crazy. I think we just got to absorb it and appreciate it for what it is, and know that there's going to be good music.
Man.
And that's how we sound. We
Yo,
sound.
big up my father up on this. Yo, Mr.
My
Mavado.
father. Big up, brother.
Yeah, me I try to join him in too.
Yeah, we sound like that.
I mean, I
because
try to
we
link
are
up
that, bro.
David.
And we're not going to let the modern media come and destroy that, because it's been hundreds of years that the connection broke, and here it is now. Music is bringing us together, so we are not going to let that happen. See, big up yourself, Stone Boy. No matter what people are going to say right now, hold your head high. Hold your head high. Big up Shiny B, same way, because you represent for the two-a-wee type of music, and we are blended same way. So, God love. Know what I mean?
All right. So that is it, Jamaica. You know, I think it's one of the son them, you know, from time, you know. Ancestral.
He is. Trust me, he is.
Yeah, man. The good. Me I try to learn it more and more. But as far as I'm concerned, nobody don't speak it better than me from outer Africa. No.
Stop, boy. When you saw the post, what did you say? Pussy.
Yo, I Rwanda me there and see the thing, you know. Rwanda me say. And then me ease, me say, it not go reach far. Boom, bang, one thing, two thing. And then Sean call me one man and me say, rap, thing gone far, you know. When Sean call you, you know, the new sketch. So I'm sorry, I put out a statement where we did that prepare from a while ago. But I just should feel like it not really gone nowhere. I'm not going to dash it out. But as Sean call me, I said, Stone Boy, you know, say, me hear something where me say, rap. If them could have make Sean feel away with the news, then I have to address it and put it out. And then know that I say, he might go come on live with me now. So the people can know, say he knows me better, and I know say that me a preach. Because the whole of my life, me lay it down for reggae and dancehall, you know. Me lay it down for it.
Yo, Stone Boy, let me tell you something. What people don't know about SeanPaul. He's an ignorant brother with him radiator, dog. So if not just come jump on just like that for this head smaddy, just you get what I'm saying? And I can definitely swear for you as well, as a man will love the music. I know when you're there in Jamaica, you're just like me. You're in your happiest place, dog. And I Ghana you come from.
For real, for real. And may have to say this, you know. You see the love with SeanPaul, Beanie Man, Sizzler, them a show me. You see them three, yeah?
Yo, big up Ching Ching and Ching make me know you, brother.
Ching, and Ayaktian. And where name again? Sasko.
Yeah.
Buju Bantan. Sizzler. And them your man them. Take me in and give me some type of forward, you know. From when me start touch pan yardland. You see me? And now me see the thing I grow. And guess what? Where name again? Camille too. Them man they show me enough love. And Jazzwad again, you know. Them man there is like a father to me same way. So me give thanks for this big up. But me have a new one. I may have to drop it while you're there and listen and rate it, please.
Mad something.
I have a new one. See? I want to get a review. So this one names Gidigba. See? You can hear it?
Mad vibe.
Gidigba, we the fun, Gidigba. Bam! Would I never be a minimalist? One pan the list. We take a win a day, that's the list. Them not the man a bossy like a real jungle list. Get my one cat sang, man, a evangelist. I am like a fireman. We don't see no other youth with better than. And we are run things for ya, Jagaban. And we are run that tape ya. Anyway, them see mankind, them do mankind. I'm going to do like some never know.
Remember this.
I'm not thinking.
Everywhere them see mankind, them do unkind.
Yes, I'm going to do like some never know. Oh, yo. No, for them a snake and the grass, them be full bad mind. But we do like some never know. Oh, we there from Gidigba, we there from Gidigba.
You said big up all junglists.
Yeah, big up all junglists. You know what I say? Yeah, I have to represent that in the sign.
Yo, big up my G, Bamson. Big up my G, Joe Nasty. You know it go.
Yeah,
yo,
man. We
just connect to that for sure the people them that don't make the media catch you, bro.
No,
Understand that unity. Understand that unity is the best community. And within my
for real.
dancehall culture, I always try to push that. But outside of that now, we now gonna make the connection broke. Because it broke for hundreds of years.
Yeah, that.
And so no matter how much people in Africa want to do reggae, I think a lot of times people here feel like, yo, but want to our artists, and you know, when we going to get the chance back and it
has the same roots. So feel free, represent for the family of blackness. That's the most important thing, you know. Yeah, so I'm gonna try to bring back Sean, and then we wrap it up nicely, because you know, it wasn't my fault. Big up to all of my fans, them Beam Nation to the world, you know. My thing. Big blessings, man. Just to get the closing remarks and we're out, yeah. Tell a friend for joining. Yeah, yo, big up to Morgan Heritage, same way. You know, the thing go. One love. We on. Just give me like a second. So we get the closing remarks, because this was mad. And Gidigba is out, you guys know. Big tune. Make sure you go.
up
Yes,
and live.
Father.
And
Yeah,
man,
so
give
just the
thanks.
closing remarks, you know, because Instagram just cut it off like that, cause yes,
Give
it's
thanks
not.
for the time.
Yes.
Everybody who joined.
Yep.
Big up Shawnee B, big up everybody who was here taking in the conversation. And remember, big up Stonebwoy. Remember that we can't make media do that. Media is for us to use, not to use us. You hear that?
Exactly.
So we have to remember that. When you hear something about your brother, we are not like, double check that. See?
Which is
Triple
right.
check that.
Which
Yeah?
is right. Yeah. Big up
Yeah.
Stewart, big up Sarko there, big up Composer them. Yeah, man. The reason I get more interesting, you know, I get more interesting, so you don't know enough man I like it. And guys, it's an important thing, you know, because it's not easy to want to break these barriers, you know, especially as an African artist who is claiming reggae and dancehall, you know, whilst, you know, you have Afrobeats down the same way, you know what I mean? It's like a duty. It's like a duty for some of us, and to have people like yourself endorse it, it's just like, you know, it's the right way to go. So
salute, bro. Salute. You know,
salute.
We have people, our music as in dancehall and reggae has grown, but me is a man who must big up the root, and the root is straight from Africa. So what you say?
Yeah.
Nothing no wrong, bro. I just the context of how people hear it. We now make the media split to apart. It's been too much years. Seeing, we just want to say love to everybody. One of them day when I come over Ghana, you know, bro. You have to make that happen. Seeing, I've been there since quite a few years now.
For real.
Don't know.
We are gonna make it happen. We are gonna make it happen, you know?
Yeah, man. So, salute. We just want to bless
big respect, all right, my dada. Just what big up myself. Another time we catch, you know what I mean? So basically, I didn't say what you guys think I say. We're just making the link stronger and representing, you know what I mean? And one more thing. Somebody, I feel like, you know, I said this the other day, and I really want to get your submission on it. Like, I believe it's time to acknowledge and embrace the place of reggae and dancehall styles in the Afrobeat conversation.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the things that I think I said, and I feel like is something we have to look at as well.
I want you to know, say too, that bad news carry quicker than good news. So when you said that good news a while ago, you probably have to say 20 more time for getting on people's head or get on their Instagram. Zine? So we must continue
that
to say
before
that,
the
bro.
news broke.
And
that was the latest thing I said like a week ago. But nobody not pick it up, so you don't know. Yeah, man.
So I just saw it go. But we love the vibe same way, bro. Big up yourself. And we'll continue the journey. Zine?
All right. So I'm going to use this opportunity to invite everybody to Ghana this December for Beam concert. Come here. Keep it again. Yeah, so you don't know who's coming from Jamaica. Don't know. It's just on the 23rd of December.
Right. Yeah,
it's 23rd. Yeah. Right, I know I say you're busy around them time there, right?
Yeah, but more I make it, dog. We see what go on, man. We talk. Yeah?
All right, we talk. I'll make it go on. But it's on 23rd of December, another fire period, you know. Ghana, Jamaica, we'll keep the link strong. Bless up.
All right, Father. Salute.
This is the end of another interesting video. Bring us back to the history of dancehall, reggae, and throwing some Afro beats. So guys, just let's support the genre. Yeah man, anywhere reggae there are with that. So I want to go ahead and drop a like, drop a share, and make sure you comment to let me know which part of the discussion you really like and what are some of the things you take away from this whole discussion. Remember, if you're not drop a like yet, like, share, and also if you're new, go ahead and subscribe.